Fox News alert on the investigation into the school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. A new report today says police have yet to find any evidence that the accused gunman was on medication for any mental health issues. Welcome to America Live, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. Family members and friends have described Newtown gunman Adam Lanza as suffering from some type of mental illness or mental disorder, which could have contributed to the murderous rampage. But at this point, police are still trying to get their hands on his medical records. It comes as the White House briefing is just getting underway, and we expect the issue of gun violence may come up. It has in the past couple of days. Sunday night, President Obama said this was the fourth time in his presidency that a community has been torn apart by a mass shooting, and he promised to do everything in his power to prevent another tragedy. But several reporters later pressed the White House press secretary, Jay Carney, on this issue, asking why the president has not done more to take the lead on this issue.
And lastly, Jay, he's in the October presidential debate, the president said one of the debates, weapons that were designed for soldiers and war theaters don't belong on our streets. Can you name one thing the president has done in the last 4 years to help remove weapons of war from our streets?
You know, there's no question, Jake, that the scourge of gun violence is a problem that has not sufficiently been addressed because, as we saw in Newtown, we continue to have horrific tragedies that result in innocent victims. The president supports the assault weapons ban and the reinstatement of the assault weapons ban, but we have to.
Thinking, I mean, like, has he taken one measure, one act, one, to remove the weapons of war that he talks about?
Again, he supports legislation that is designed to ban some weapons, but as you know.
Guy Benson is a radio talk show host and political editor at townhall.com. Guy, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Megyn.
So there you have the reporter from ABC News, Jake Tapper, just asking for one. Name one. Name one thing. I mean, this is a Democratic president. And, you know, you could hear that Jay Carney, other than sort of speaking about some theoretical support for a renewed assault weapons ban, could not point to one. This is something that he has taken considerable flack from the left on, because they like this assault weapons ban that was in place from '94 to 2004, and the president has given a lot of rhetoric about this ban. But now the questions are increasing about what action, if any, he's willing to take. Are the media, are they asking the right questions, and what are we to make of the answers we got from Mr. Carney?
Well, they're interesting questions, that's for sure, Megyn. And in terms of the responses that we saw from the White House press secretary yesterday and in recent days, I think it really does come down to 2 points. One is politics, and the other is practical reality. I think it's important to stipulate that, of course, the president abhors these types of heinous and horrific acts. We all do. We're all mourning and just horrified by what we saw. I think when the president's spoken, especially in the immediate aftermath, he sort of had to compose himself, a father of 2 young girls. This is something that the nation comes together to mourn over, but at the end of the day, he's still the president of the United States, and politics is something that involves prioritizing. And I think we've seen that actions speak louder than words. Jay Carney, in a later clip that you didn't play, he was asked to sort of try to rank the president's priorities. Is this a top priority? He said, oh, well, you know, we're not going to try to rank those priorities. But the fact is, we've seen the president go on a full court press on first the stimulus, then Obamacare, now tax hikes. They have to sort of draw some lines in the sand and pick their spots. And it appears that this is not something that is, truth be told, at the very top of their list.
You know, some in the wake of the tragedy we saw on Friday, and not just that one, but the ones we've seen in recent weeks, have decided to take aim at folks on the right who do not support a renewed assault weapons ban, who believe in more robust Second Amendment gun rights, and take issue with their position, you know, saying somehow they had a hand in this, somehow they should feel responsible for what happened.
Yeah.
But the president appears to be on the same page in terms of actions with those very people. I mean, when he ran for office, he said he was going to support, that he was going to press for an assault weapons ban. But you saw Jake Tapper trying to get at, well, what specifically has he done? Name one thing he's done, because even the left has been saying since he took office, where has the leadership been on that?
Yeah, I think some of the finger pointing that you described, Megyn, is really unfortunate. Some of the people who are clamoring loudest for a so-called national conversation about guns, and by the way, I think it should really include mental illness and a few other factors here, but if we want to have a national conversation, pointing the finger and trying to indict, half the country as saying you somehow are cosmically responsible for stuff like this, I think is a very unconstructive way to begin that conversation.
Well, it's a good way to alienate your adversary, your adversary who may be coming over to your side. When they start to come over to your side, you probably shouldn't ridicule them and blame them. You should probably say, welcome over.
Right. And look, when it comes to what the president is prioritizing here, if you look at public opinion polling, Megyn, over the last 40 years, especially in the last couple of years, the percentage of the public that supports broad-based, far-reaching gun control is at an all-time low. Meanwhile, gun ownership is at an all-time high,
okay,
but violent crime is down.
That's true. That is true. That even the recent, I think it was a Pew poll, show that more people favor, as I say, more robust gun rights than they do constrictions on gun rights. However, the people who are in the gun control camp say, well, it would help if we had a leader who would, give us a full-throated advocacy of
Sure.
why more gun restrictions would help.
Sure. And I think, Megyn, by and large, the president's reputation as a pragmatist, in my view, is vastly overstated. But I do wonder, in this particular case, maybe is there some pragmatism from the White House? We've heard from the president and from Jay Carney the word complex a lot. This is a complex problem, and I wholeheartedly agree. And I think the idea, people who are saying, well, we have to do something. I understand that impulse. Seeing these slaughtered, defenseless children, how can you not have a human reaction of we have to do something? But the standard and the threshold for action has to involve empirical evidence. And
Right.
I wonder if the White House realizes all these gun laws being talked about now, would a single one of them have actually prevented this tragedy? And I think if you look at it clear-eyed, which is difficult to do at this point in time, the answer is no. And that's a tough reality to sort of grapple with.
Yeah, because we want something to blame that we can do something about.
Right.
We can't do anything about Adam
the feeling
Lanza's
of doing something.
mental situation now. But his mother did own those guns legally. It just seems like if you're going to put everything on the table, then you should put everything on the table. As you say, gun control, let's look into it. Mental health, let's look into it. Video games, whatever it is, there can't be this instant judgment like, oh, they raised gun control. Oh, they raised video games. Oh, they raised mental health. Let's put it all on the table and have an honest discussion about it. If that's what we're going to do, then let's really do it. And let's have both sides represented so we can really hear what as you say, the empirical facts are and not just spin from people who have an agenda. Guy, thank you.
Thank you, Megyn.